The Internet. The invisible web that connects billions of people, powers, economies, fuels, revolutions, and shapes how we see the world. But this vast digital universe didn't just appear overnight. Its history is filled with visionaries, secret military projects, breakthroughs in science, and accidents that forever changed humanity. Today, we'll dive deep into the untold story of the internet, from its hidden origins in the Cold War to the birth of email, the World Wide Web, Google, social media, and beyond. The story begins in the 1950s and 1960s. Computers were massive, room-sized machines owned only by governments and universities. They weren't connected. Each was an isolated island of information. But the world was changing. The Cold War had gripped the planet. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. For the United States, this was a wake-up call. They were falling behind in science and technology. To respond, the U.S. created ARPA, Advanced Research Projects Agency, now known as DARPA. Its mission: to make sure America would never again be caught off guard technologically. One of their biggest fears: a nuclear attack could wipe out traditional communication networks. They needed something, knew something, decentralized, resilient, and able to survive even if part of it was destroyed. And so, the seed of the internet was planted. By the late 1960s, ARPA scientists were working on a radical idea: connecting computers together so they could share information. In 1969, the first successful link of the ARPANET was made between UCLA and Stanford. The first message sent was supposed to be login, but the system crashed after just 2 letters. All that made it through was low. A simple word that looked like destiny. Low. As if the machine was greeting humanity. Soon, more universities joined ARPANET. UC Santa Barbara, University of Utah. By 1971, it had 15 connected computers. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't global, but it was the birth of networking and internet embryo. One of the earliest killer apps of ARPANET was email. In 1971, Ray Tomlinson invented the @ symbol to separate the user from the host computer. Suddenly, people could send messages electronically. By the late 1970s, scientists realized they needed a universal language to allow different networks to talk to each other. 2 brilliant minds, Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn, created the TCP/IP protocol. This became the foundation of how the internet works today. On January 1st, 1983, ARPANET officially adopted TCP/IP. That date is now considered the real birthday of the internet. From then on, networks worldwide could connect, and the web began to grow beyond military and universities. By the 1990s, the internet was there, but it wasn't user-friendly. It was mostly text, mostly academic. Then came a man named Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist at CERN. In 1989, he proposed a system for sharing information using his invention: the World Wide Web. In 1991, the first website went live. Suddenly, anyone could create and access pages linked together, websites like a giant library of knowledge. Not long after, the first web browsers appeared: Mosaic and Netscape Navigator, making the web accessible to the average person. The internet was no longer just for scientists. It was for everyone. The 1990s saw an explosion of innovation. Companies like Yahoo, eBay, Amazon, and Google were born. Investors rushed to pour money into anything ending with double quotes .com. By 2000, the dot-com bubble burst. Billions of dollars vanished. Thousands of startups failed overnight. But from the ashes, giants survived: Amazon, Google, and a little company called PayPal. They would shape the digital economy for decades. By the mid-2000s, the internet shifted again. It wasn't just about information, it was about connection. 2003, MySpace rose, then quickly fell. 2004, Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook from his Harvard dorm room. 2005, YouTube was born, changing how we consumed video forever. 2006! Twitter brought the world 140 character thoughts in real time. The internet had become deeply social. Billions of voices connected instantly. But with connection came new challenges. Misinformation, echo chambers, and surveillance. Today, over 5 billion people are online. The internet drives global business, culture, politics, and entertainment. But the story isn't over. We're entering an age of AI shaping search, content, and communication. Decentralized networks like blockchain challenging traditional power. Virtual reality and the metaverse aiming to create whole new digital worlds. And the ongoing fight over privacy, freedom, and control. The internet began as a military experiment, became a scientific tool, then grew into the central nervous system of humanity. It is both our greatest connector and our greatest mirror. Its history is not just about technology. It's about people, their dreams, their mistakes, their endless desire to connect. And as we look to the future, one question remains. Will we control the internet? Or will it control us? We will continue next time. Like and follow me.